But yeah, no, you want that to be in a particular order.
No, I have no. It's in an order.
Oh, is it?
It's in an order. Like I probably can like I know the top. Like I did. Like don't get me wrong. I have very high standards, so I put the stuff that stood out the most to me. But if I really want to like divvy this up into an actual order, then I'd probably take Persona 5, put it at 10. High School DxD is definitely gonna be 3. Probably put Grand Crest 4.
Wait, Persona?
Persona 5.
Putting a video game in your...
It's an anime. It became an anime.
Oh yeah, they're doing the Doboranga thing. Where it's like, it was a video game, but here's the anime serial version of it.
It wasn't that bad either. Man, I'm a big fan of Persona, so it's gotta be.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
So,
it gives the voice actors a paycheck.
But it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Like there were some aspects that were still wrong with it. So that's why it's gonna go to the 10 spot. Because while Persona is one of my favorite games, it didn't go the distance that I thought it could go.
You know, they did that a lot, especially with visual novels. Make the like the actual anime from the visual novel, and they always never end up like good.
No, they don't.
Which is weird because you would think you would just.
But then there's
but the thing is that most visual novels usually the idea revolves around choice. So because unfortunately most visual novels are plagued with the harem syndrome, where you need to usually pick a female's route that you're going to go
I
down.
see what you're saying.
So when they have to go with the anime, they have to do it's either choose a specific person's route that.
See, I thought visual novel wasn't like graphic novel kind of a thing, or it's a motion movement. Like Marvel did that for a little bit with some of their comics.
Visual novels are like.
But if it's like
watching anime,
if it's
like reading anime,
it's a choose your own adventure version.
Yeah, basically.
I got you. All right.
Yeah, but so, when I was trying to think of the topic, it came to me because I was thinking about this the other day.
Well, hi.
Yeah. Also, hello.
What are we, Tyler?
Huh? Right. That's right. So yeah, we're Blue Eclipse Studios. Hello, I'm Tyler Spence.
I'm Darius Crosley.
Frank Joseph, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Hi.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
If you can't see us because it's on iTunes, Spotify.
Enjoy our lovely voices. Yeah, well, it's probably better that way.
Love aggressive.
We can do an ASMR later.
Right.
Yeah, I think that trend has thankfully died down. It hasn't? Oh, that's sad.
No, not according to, in my recommendations, the New Year's affirmations and kisses ASMR that had 576,000 views in 2 days.
So this is my New Year's resolution. I'm
Yeah.
interested.
Okay, but seriously, the topic that I was thinking of talks actually about music specifically. What classifies to you as good music? Like when you listen to music, right? And like for example, if I were to ask each of us to come up with a top 10 list of albums that we enjoy, right?
Albums is tougher.
Right. It's different than songs, right? Specific
Correct.
songs. But like so okay, so we'll start with that then. So what makes a song good? Like where is the point in which even if you don't like a song,
you can still think
it's a good song, it's just not in your taste, right? Because I've had that problem a lot this year with rap music, because I used to be one of those people that was very much what the rap community likes to refer as a backpacker. Like the type of person that is like, oh, I only listen to conscious rap, I only listen to rap with a message, because I'm like, these are the people putting out the best stuff or whatever. Now, granted, I still hold my opinion that, for example, Kendrick Lamar has put out 2 genre-defining albums.
Yeah, no, honestly,
especially To Pimp a Butterfly. I think even more so than Good Kid, Mad City. That's a topic for it.
As a person who casually listens to the rap game, Kendrick's pretty good. And that's the thing is, I think to me a big part is I'm a writer, so lyrics are a huge thing.
Right. But I came from this transition mainly over this year because I had known so many people that had listened to certain artists, and I just never got it, and then I finally just started listening to that music, and then I understood, right? For example,
but the problem with that is there's the constant idea of I forgot what the technical psychological term is, but it's if you keep listening to something over and over again, eventually you force yourself to like it.
Right, but I didn't like drown myself in it. I'm just saying that I started out testing the waters, found a few songs that I liked, and then eventually branched off from there. So like for me personally, at this point, what makes a song good to me is when the production sounds quality.
So the beat,
like the instrumental and the mixing and everything on it sounds good. And if for me, I think very specifically, because I know there's a trend going on in rap right now where, because that's mainly what I listen to, that's what I'll be using for this discussion in terms of songs and albums, because it's the main point of focus for me. There's a wave going on right now of like younger rappers who are like putting out music where they sound very offbeat. The very first person I think of is Blueface, who the meme about him is that like he's holding his concert on Friday, but he's already showed up and performed like Thursday. You know, like he's so like it'll be at some points where it feels like he's like 30 seconds ahead of the instrumental, but like to me, I haven't given his music enough of a chance to really know. I've only heard one song from him. And I thought that song was pretty decent.
I was saying that's what's tough about doing stuff no one's done before is like the avant-garde of it, the freestyle. Like, right. This is new. Is it gonna work?
So here's the thing, right? Is though when is it considered avant-garde and then when is it considered trash? Because sometimes I feel like there's a very thin line.
As a person who's taken a few courses on music in the college level.
Did you just do?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did your thing.
Ironically, the one of us that doesn't have glasses. I pushed up my glasses.
So as someone who has taken a few.
So avant-garde, specifically, at least with jazz, is like, I forget what exactly, but it's basically like, doesn't have limitations. It's the idea that the music speaks for itself. There's like a famous pianist who's an avant-garde jazz dude, and he just like does the keys and plays it. I remember talking about it in that, because at one point, the professor's like, and this guy doesn't even believe in Western forms of tuning. And I'm like, no. All right, you can play whatever notes you want. But the second you stop tuning, that's when you're lazy. You can claim it's art, but no. I find avant-garde is more for the artist itself than the listener. Because let's be honest, listening to avant-garde is... When they're just doing whatever, it's bad. The point of avant-garde is that you start to understand music and you're like, oh, this is something I might not have done otherwise. But I think a big part of music is understanding what genre you're doing. And like, for example, if you're in country, but you don't have the country sound, it's not really going to work.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be a good song because you're trying to appease, like I'm talking about trucks and drinking and girls, but then I'm going to do it in like a really like calm, like smooth jazz. Like that's not going to work. Yeah. I think understanding genre, I think lyrics have to be good. I am not a fan of a lot of lyrics of popular music.
Right. Well, see, because me and you have very different so this is
well, should we go over like musical background? I feel like that's somewhat important. So like Tyler, as we've stated before, Tyler and I met in band.
Yep.
I played low brass, and then eventually for like half a semester percussion.
Mm-hmm. And I was in percussion the entirety that I did band from like 5th grade all the way till I graduated from high school. Everything.
And then Darius, who has been quiet.
I don't play anything.
Get down, nerd. Honestly, I'm more excited. I'm more interested in your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm more open-minded. I obviously really just depends on what kind of mood they're going for. Like I really like songs that like really just like grasp out to me that like are like, let's say like for example when Kendrick Lamar went Make Damn, I'm pretty sure he was going through his depression phase.
Right. Yeah.
To be fair, I is a pretty good song, like a pretty upbeat. But that could have been
but have you heard You?
Yeah.
Literally You, that song It is so surreal because it literally sounds like he's swishing alcohol in his mouth at some points in the verse, and you can hear the clinking of the glass, and like it's like not a song that you put on anywhere. It's a song that you listen to as a part.
That sounds like some Kanye levels of
album experience.
Album making.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that I like a lot of Kanye's I like a lot of Kanye's older stuff because
Dark Beautiful Fantasy is real good.
As much as like right now as we like bash on Kanye.
Okay, but so here's the thing, right? Is that
genius.
here's the thing, though, right? Is that people bash on I Love It, but have you actually listened to his personal album that he put out this year?
Oh no.
Oh, it was so good.
What is that? The Pablo one?
No,
it's the other one.
Yay! It's just called Yay. It's just 7 songs, like 23 minutes.
Did he also make a song that's somewhat trolly that just has the words poopity scoop de whoop?
Lift Yourself.
Yeah.
Just like he made a song that was sort of like his political ramblings called
Donald Trump.
Yay versus the People.
That's funny.
With T.I. as the people.
Yo, and he's like I said, he's a musical genius, and whenever he's going through something, he literally just like puts it out there, and you just feel. And even though like we don't understand the mind of Kanye when he makes music, we just like it's like we're forced to understand him because the way his lyrics are out, the way the beat is, the way everything is set up, it's like we're forced to actually like listening to Kids See Ghosts, that album that he did with Kid Cudi, is actually kind of like a surreal experience. It's very, it's so weird because you think to yourself like, oh, so it's Kanye and Kid Cudi, so this is gonna be some like, you know, something. You don't even know what it is because Kid Cudi put out a trash album.
Cudi's an interesting artist.
2 years, or was it a year ago? 2 years ago when he put out Speed and Bullet to Heaven. That album was awful. It was like him attempting to do rock, but like not good.
I think that goes back to the idea that he doesn't understand the genre. That's probably why.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like some artists have made the switch. Sugar Ray is one of the perfect examples. They were like a straight up grunge emo band.
Mm-hmm.
And they're most known for their upbeat pop. I just want to fly.
I think
they're the one.
Or for a perfect example, like Drake always switches up between R&B and rap, and
doesn't mean he does it well.
Yeah. He just kind of.
I firmly believe that Drake is just riding the wave of his hype of music that he put out years ago, and he just continues putting out essentially the same songs.
What?
Just made with different producers, so it sounds fresher.
Yeah, but
if that works, like.
But then again, that goes into the thing of like, at least when you hear a Drake song, you know it's Drake.
For the most part, yeah.
It's like Muse, how they like. What I like about Muse is that they're experimenting a lot. Like you have this like their most recent album, which is Simulation Theory, is like really like techno and like very interesting. And as an album, it works, even though I was not a fan of most of the songs. But like it was good. It like flowed together. Their previous one, Drones, was like more rock and like hardcore Against the Man type stuff, and I loved that one. Reaper has one of the best guitar solos in the beginning that I've ever heard. Oh, it's beautiful.
Segueing into that, I feel like one of the artists that took the biggest risk this year and like knocked it out of the park.
When we say this year, we mean 2018, even though it's 2019 right now.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
One of the artists that took the biggest risk was Travis Scott. Like that man he took the biggest risk and he literally
there was only one song on that album where he sounded anything like Days Before Rodeo.
Right.
And that was, I think what was it? It was a very specific verse. It was like the second verse on one of the songs. He very much sounded like way older Travis Scott.
And he literally knocked it out of the park with all the psychedelic crap.
Yeah.
And he had a little bit of techno in there. It felt some of them felt like rock. Like he just literally like took a whole bunch. It's like he just took a whole bunch of music, threw it in the album, stopped it up, and then just threw it out.
But okay, so like that happens. But then like there's the artists who try to do like the deeper stuff, better lyrics, stuff like that.
The conscious stuff.
Yeah, and then they fail epically. I think the most recent one for me is Logic, where he does the Suicide Hotline song, and you're like, okay, it's a good message. He's trying to like say, hey, we should all like help people who are going through these issues, and then he decides to put in so it's like, oh, I'm going through these bad times. Who can relate, yo? and like that, it's just like he misses the point of like he's trying to be serious, but then he has this.
I feel like me and
chant.
Tyler could go like through a whole podcast, literally just talking about
And we're not going to because...
how he could have literally improved on that album as a whole.
See, here's the thing: is I don't.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad album.
No. So that album is not. Shoot, I don't think that album is that recent. I know his most recent was Young Sinatra 4, I think. I think that was the album that he
that was
this
the
year.
mixtape.
Or the mixtape, yeah. So
the next album, he said the next album he releases is going to be his last, so he's probably just going to release none of the mixtapes for a little bit.
So, like, I've never went to, like, if we're talking about, like, for example, Logic, I always went to him for, like, the only Logic records I really like are Under Pressure and the original Bobby Tarantino. Like, those are the only 2 records that I go back to and I listen to semi-regularly, because I listen to a lot of music just because of, where I work and stuff.
So what did you like about those as opposed to...
So here's the thing, right, is that the problem is that, like, the reason why I like Under Pressure is that it has a theme. If we're talking specifically about the album, as a whole, it's Logic in prime form. Like some of his lyrics might come off as corny and things like that. And like I'm talking about specifically about this album, Under Pressure specifically, because that's my favorite album that he's ever put out.
Okay, relate. Woo.
But like, that whole album, it sticks to this thematic, sort of experience, and it just works for me. I mean, it's been a while since I've sat down and listened to the whole album, but there's always a few singles from that album that I like to come back to.
Well, that's what I always love about Muse, is that they make really good albums, and like each song flows really well to the next, versus a lot of bands just make, like, especially now, are just like, here's the singles, which is interesting because ironically Spotify is making it better for album listening than it is for singles.
Yeah,
because you can just press play and boom, now you can listen to the entire album, which is weird considering we're coming off of a 15, 20 years of singles. Yeah. Like the 2000s hit, and all of a sudden it's like singles are the only thing that are important, and now we're getting back into albums, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
And going back to like that whole overarching theme, I feel like the person that actually does it probably the best, and you'll know why I think J. Cole does it the best.
So what's funny about that is
he's wearing.
I saw a meme recently that was like, man, I just love how J. Cole got slowly peer pressured into doing trap music. So no. But like, think about that though. Think about how true that is, because KOD.
No, I think no, and I have to argue that with you because as a longtime J. Cole fan, the only reason I have to argue that with you is because all of Cole's songs have always had a theme, and I think the biggest problem Cole had with For Your Eyes Only, which is probably one of my favorite albums from him.
It is a good album.
I think one of the biggest problems that he had with that album was that it was a good album. It was just that the album was trying to market towards the younger generation, and he couldn't get it to market towards them because the style of music that he made was made like the way the music was made. It was made for old heads. It was pretty much made for old heads. Like that album was made for old heads. Like even though I don't have like a specific genre that I listen to, and when it comes to rap. The older the song, when it comes to rap, the older the song is. Like the older.
So Sugar Hill Gang is your favorite?
Yeah, listen.
To be fair, they're pretty good. Like not even in an ironic sense.
So
pretty good.
I think him going into KOD wasn't him necessarily like forcing him to go into trap music. I just think that
I'm not talking about specifically about the album. I'm talking about what ended up happening is after that album dropped, he went through the whole year and just did nothing but features. And no, not all the features were trap music. Obviously. I don't feel like the Jid feature that he did on Off D's was trap. I don't think that's Jid's doing his own thing. Great artist.
Right.
But
who can relate? Well.
Sorry. But like he's gonna make this meme all day.
Right. Yeah. So no, but because here's the thing, right? Is I it's not even playing devil's advocate because I generally enjoy a lot of new music that comes out. And I will say that.
Cult of the new.
Yeah, I will say that this year for rap music especially has been absolutely incredible.
That's like most of the popular music like has been rap this.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing though. What I define as good for rap music is just albums that
well, no,
are good. Like
no. But I'm saying because it's in the popular zeitgeist, we're getting a lot more of it, which means we're likely to get a lot more good.
For me, what it was is were artists that were generally trying to be genre defining, or maybe not genre defining, but they were finding their own sound.
Because it's getting to a point that it's oversaturated that they feel like they have to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, every artist should. Okay.
Why do you think Lil Wayne finally made the Carter 5?
And you know what's crazy about that album? Is that it's so weird because it sounds so him, but it sounds so new. Except for like one or two songs that sound literally straight from the 2000s. The rest of that album, like Let It Fly with Travis Scott, sounds new. Like that doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's weird because hearing Wayne's flow, because of the newer generation of rappers that has come around, and a lot of them being, you know, from the SoundCloud scene and like that sort of zany, moody type, like Wayne just coming through and like
they take too much Xanax.
Listen to my SoundCloud.
Yeah. Plug the SoundCloud right here. No, but
he doesn't,
like
you don't have a SoundCloud.
But like no, like the thing is that the artists that I felt like did incredible this year were artists that just stuck to their sound and made it better. Like, for example, Denzel Curry. I don't know if either of you have actually listened to his album Taboo.
You know, you've said like 50 different rapper names, and I've understood 5.
All right, Frank. So if you want me to get you into rap music,
I don't.
No, like listening to Denzel Curry's album Taboo. That album is insanely good.
Once again, I just want to say it because I've been saying it all the time. Ultimate literally put Denzel Curry back on the map.
It did, and now to be fair, Denzel's been grinding for a while.
He has been grinding for a while, but Ultimate like put him on the map.
Yeah, because memes are the way of like music. Like okay, no. Because
we'll say that for a different podcast.
Yes. I was saying we're at the topic of what makes something good, and now we're going down the rap trail.
Right. For me though, like what makes rap music good is when I can identify what artist is making that music.
Mm-hmm. Because their style is unique.
Because their style is unique. Even if their style isn't like, it literally doesn't have to be style. It just has to be their voice. Which doesn't like, because you think like, oh, you know, but like I can pick out a Denzel Curry from a crowd. I can pick out and it's crazy, right? Because even these newer artists that are you know, that not that great that people think, like, you know, at least when I listened like
to them, you know,
I know it's them. I never have to try and pick them from a lineup. You know what I mean?
Right. And going on to that, I think one of the reasons why people don't like country music a lot is because
they all sound the same.
Until you get into country music, and then you hear the really good stuff. Like Johnny Cash is very good.
But we've already. I won't listen to anybody but Johnny Cash.
I know, it's so good. So Man in Black.
So like
I think oh man, Ring of Fire is really good. Just because like it's
his cover of Hurt was really good too.
Oh man, his cover of Hurt is by 9 Inch Nails is beautiful.
What? Listen,
never heard it.
I've
never listened to it.
After this podcast, I'm making you listen.
It was. I want to say it was like promotional material for.
It was after he passed. Like he made the song so long.
Yeah,
like
they used it for promotional material for what was it with the dude who can turn into
Prototype 2.
Prototype. That was it.
Listen, oh my goodness,
But no, like that goes into the thing of like Ring of Fire. What makes that song so good isn't just like the simplicity of the production, like the guitar and angst in the guitar match the lyrics about this man who wants to fall in love with someone, but he can't because they're both married. Him and the person he's in love with. So they're going down in this ring of fire, symbolizing the lust.
You know what the weird part for me is that like you're talking about how great that song is.
So good.
But I have such a meme quality tied to it from personal experience.
Now that's sad.
So like I can't like not hear that song and not get triggered because.
Then let's go to something I know you liked at least back in high school. Pentatonics. I think we both agreed what they did with covers was they made it unique but also still making it their own, but while still capturing the essence
of the song.
Yeah. And I think that's what's important is like when you do that. Right now, Pentatonics, they're just doing the song in a cappella, and that's why I find them not as interesting as they used to be. Like when they did what song is it that like was Say Something? The one where it's just like, say something, giving up on you. It's like, oh, this is stupid and slow. And then they did it, and like they had the choral with the cello, and then the swelling and like stuff. Oh, that was so beautiful. It's one of their best. Their Daft Punk. The fact that they did a Daft Punk in a cappella, they did That's like you don't understand. That was really good.
Which segues us into another genre of music. Techno music in general.
Yeah. Well, Daft Punk's really good.
Techno music in general. When you're listening, when you get very vested into it. Well, I wouldn't even say really vested into it. Just techno music in general just sounds like every song just has like a unique sound to it, and once you like actually get to the genre,
and that's what I was saying is uniqueness. I feel is a huge thing for me because it signifies at least that you're not lazy.
Right.
I think like there's a joke amongst people who critique popular music of the 4 chords of pop. Do you guys know about that?
Yes.
There's even a famous 4 chords of pop song by Axis of Awesome, a comedy band. The idea is that you just need the 1st, the 5th, the 6th, and the 4th in that order. Like dun 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 dun.
Really?
Yeah. So Don't Stop Believing, just that piano riff is the 4 chords of pop. 1st, 5th, 6th, 4th. And if you just do that over and over again, you get a popular song. And so the joke in the 4 chord song is that they just play the 4 chords and then just sing songs, and it's like, this song fits, this song fits, this song fits, this song fits, because they're all the exact same. And what's funny, and like even if you like change which chords it is, it's still the same like difference.
Gotcha. All right.
So like it's a joke of like, oh, it's a 4 chord song, of course it's popular, and like that makes people like, cool. You just did the 4 chords. You didn't do anything unique with it.
I feel like that's slightly outdated now.
No, it still happens. No, I'm being serious.
We're talking about popular music.
Yes, like, and Maroon 5 still does that.
Okay, but I'm not talking about pop music. I'm talking about popular.
Maroon 5 still charted this year. Like
I guess. Yeah.
You are in the yes, rap has taken over a lot in 2018.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I listen to a lot of music. I'm not saying Maroon 5 is good.
I was gonna say that
I like one of their songs.
Surprisingly, probably maybe not even surprisingly, but out of the 3 of us, I'm probably the most genre restricted. Like I really almost never go.
So ironically, the way we're seated, for the audio listeners, it's Tyler, then Darius, then myself, is how restricted we are to the genre. Because I'm very eclectic. Like everyone always says, oh, I'm eclectic, but I'm eclectic. I'll listen to anything that I think is like interesting or good. That starts with the lyrics, and then if I feel as though the like production, instrumental, all of that, if that is unique enough, then I'll listen to that.
I'm like him, but I'm the completely opposite. It's like
I'm the same.
In order to attract me to listen to music it's gotta have like a good sound to it first. And then after it has a good sound, then I'll go into the lyrics.
And
that's interesting.
And for me specifically, it's
sitting you down and forcing you to listen to a song.
Yeah, pretty much.
What? Really?
No rest for the wicked.
Not necessarily. Okay, I like that song. Girl on the tree. It's not because of.
Yeah, no,
no.
But that's because you were forced to listen to it because you wanted to play the game.
But that's not like why I'm like I didn't go like because here's my biggest example for music that I enjoyed that people think is like trash that I still think is pretty good was Quavo's solo album this year. No one liked Quavo's solo album this year. Nobody.
The Sauce, Quavo, Queso. Never mind.
No, okay.
I know. I was just making a bad.
So here's the thing, right? Is that like I like that album because you know what the thing about that album is? The thing about that album is I don't care about any of the drama that was in the album because there was a little bit of stuff going on.
Oh wait, what about his kid?
What to argue about? Oh god, I can't even say it. You're. Okay.
History of
going to, and that's what makes him unique in that sense. If we throw out all the drama and bullcrap, if you actually listen to the actual album, Quavo stuck to his guns. What is he good? What is he good at?
Hooks. He's good at hooks.
That's all he's good at.
Catchy and he's good at hooks.
Raindrops, Drop Tops. Is that the same guy?
Yes.
It's one of 3.
Yeah, one of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
okay, I thought he was in that.
Okay. Yeah.
Wasn't he on a really bad Katy Perry song? I think so. It was the one where she like
Katy Perry. So
it was one where she like horribly embarrassed herself on stage.
I don't know. I don't know about
really
that. Bad. But here's the thing, right? Is that
we don't watch TV.
Yeah,
I don't either. But that meme went around.
I still go back to that album because there's just certain songs, like he has a song on there called I think it's, what is it? Go All the Way.
Yeah.
And like the hook is just so
You know what I love?
catchy.
You know what I love, and we'll give an artist respect for, when they use something that's not 4/4.
That's not what?
4/4 time signature.
Oh.
Because everything. So 4/4.
Yeah, gotta break it.
Hey, audience surrogate. So in music, tempo is like when the next beat is. So it's like dot dot dot. So the time signature is how many beats per measure and like what is the emphasis of the measure. So 4/4 is the common thing. It's 4 quarter notes per measure. So it's dot 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 dot, and like it's how you can tell, like you can naturally clap on the 2 and the 4. So when you go out of that, for example, a waltz, da, 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 it's 3/4.
Okay.
Because it's 1 2 3 1
So,
2 3.
You want to know?
So I love when an artist, even if it's for a split second, puts in a different time signature, because it means that they had to actually think. So for example, Hanson, the Mbop guys.
Yeah.
When they made that song, it was okay. They have become fantastic musicians. There is a song where they just add in a 5/4 measure. I forgot. It's I was born to be da, 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 in da, da, da. Like it just adds in this measure of 5/4, and I was like, wait, what? And like I appreciated the musicality of that, because it meant that they actually had to like know how to do that.
To bring that into the idea of like rap music and talking specifically about beats and like what the time measure is, because you wouldn't know this, Migos very much, at least in my personal opinion, they were the ones that defined the triplet flow. They were the ones.
Nice.
They were they are very much on like they were like.
Remember Subway Guards, that the trumpet and the Barry sax riff, where the trumpet was just like he was just doing triplets while the Barry sax was just playing quarter notes. That's why I love that song, is because it sounds like they should be off, but like they're in tune because of just. Listen, you want to go back to talking about rap and have me be the one not understanding what's going on?
You both were just theater nerd, band nerding out.
I was saying, don't call me a theater. I will go theater nerd on you. So singing in the
but like so that's the thing, is that it's you see it in artists that do stuff like that all the time. Like I remember when he showed me the video. He showed me a video the other night.
Which one?
With the one for engineering for Kendrick Lamar, because it blew what Kendrick does way out of proportion, obviously. But it's so funny to hear what someone thinks of music like that. Like it was.
But hilarious. you know what? But
he was slightly accurate.
Yeah, he was slightly accurate. I would. All right, for the next beat, I want you to turn it to 3/4 of the bar. Yo, you gotta be switching beats like I'm a DJ.
So, but like going off of the musicality of it, that's why I also love covers that do something as simple as, this song was in a minor key, let's put it in a major key. Mm-hmm. Like there's a cover of Radioactive I have that's called Happy Radioactive, and it's in a major key, and it's a folk song, and it works perfectly. Like I love when it's just like, okay, we understand music theory enough. Let's do this small change, and it's perfectly different.
These drums are strictly for walking. These bars are strictly for talking.
I'm gonna have to show you both so speaking on a genre of music that is very, very, very strange and only really popular because of the internet age, mashups.
No, I love a good mashup. Mm-hmm. Solid.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Neil.
Yeah, that guy.
No, he made the I think it's Mouth Moods albums and stuff like that. But like he does fantastic work. And then I also found a mashup this year by a dude named DJ Cumberbund.
Oh.
That is called Basket Flies. And the 3 songs that it mashes up.
That's why I like.
The 3 songs that it mashes up are Fireflies.
By Owl City.
Yep. Oh God, I can't remember the.
I'm showing my eclectic taste.
Yeah, I know. It was that song. It was Gangsta's Paradise.
Oh, that's great.
And then there was the third song that I'm like blanking on the name, but it was like an emo like rock song.
The fact that you're doing Fireflies and Gangsta's Paradise.
Okay, but the thing is the mashup, because of the way they do the tuning on the voices for it, like the way they modify them mid-song and mid-pitch during like a note, it works so well. And I have to show it to both of you after this.
No, I want to see that because if it is good, because like I love when you're like, here's two songs that you would never think,
and it works so well. And
I'm actually gonna
now if he did the Weird Al version, it fits a little bit more, but I love that they're doing the original.
Going back to the original
with who was it?
I can't remember the name for sure.
Going back to the topic of uniqueness, I think one genre that does a very unique. Give it.
One genre.
Not even a genre, but a specific group that just like they put out music, and generally the music is the same. No, I'm trying to hint to it. They put out, and generally there's the songs that they put out. They're all like the same. They're trying to like define themselves, but they do it really good, and it's always changed up. But the second you hear like the initial like sound of it, you know it's a song from them. Disney songs.
Oh yeah, Disney is its own genre, surprisingly.
Yeah, they like,
I believe that.
Like they like. Don't get me wrong. It's always the same. Like some songs are different every now and then. Like
to be fair, "Be a Man," one of the best songs ever. Somehow, I think it's just probably just nostalgia on our generation's part. But you can play that song, and every guy our age will be like, "Be as swift as a coursing river." Right. Just amazing, like it's surprising, but yeah. I think you're right, and I think that's why Disney songs continue to do well is because of the nostalgia aspect of it,
and not even the nostalgia. And the thing about it is that like if you listen to their songs, some of their songs, especially like if you listen to "Let It Go" and "My Own Way" and "Moana," they're essentially the same
how
song.
Far I'll Go.
Yeah.
They're both two. They're both a girl.
Clearly, I haven't seen Moana. You Disney nuts, don't get mad at me.
Oh well, no, I just know it because it was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. You horrible, horrible person. He is a brilliant writer. How dare you?
No.
Hey man,
that's my theater nerd show.
Moana's a good movie.
I hate you.
I was okay with Moana.
I liked it.
I liked the songs.
I haven't seen it.
But no, they're basically both a female heroine. Like I have to do this on my own.
No. Don't get me wrong. I've seen the memes. I know what the movie's about. Memes like that's
Moana's Pocahontas, but better. That's literally what it is.
But that is like that's the underlying. Like if you listen to both of those songs, the songs are essentially the same song. They're just sung in a different format. And somehow Disney just like Disney just Disney's. Listen, we're not gonna like. I want like.
I'm ready for that Avengers song. I'm the Avengers Marvel crossover like musical episode. So
I need this definitely make a podcast. So like
funny going into Disney though. Not to completely sidetrack you, but movie soundtracks. And a movie soundtrack
in general, or
specifically a movie like Black Panther that came out this year.
Or
even more recently, the new Spider-Man and its soundtrack.
Or
Sunflower is amazing.
Or way back in the 90s when like there was the one song that tied in the movie that was usually sung by Will Smith, like Men in Black, all that stuff.
We are the Men in Black.
So like back then, those ones obviously cheesy. But somehow they were really good.
Yeah.
Except Wild Wild West. That you just ripped off I Wish by Stevie Wonder. Just listen to that song instead of Wild Wild West.
You say I Wish. You think Stevie Wonder?
I wish these days. Wait, what?
I think it was the song I Wish by Skee-Lo.
No.
I wish it was a little bit taller.
Oh no! It's like classic, really good. Yeah. But no, I see what you're saying. What's funny is those all tend to fail. Or at least nowadays, like commercial. Commercial.
Okay, the Black Panther album and the Spider-Man album.
Yeah,
were both good.
Yeah, I'm not saying they weren't
good. Going back to it, and then you'd be surprised if you go on YouTube and you actually look it up. Like some scores, like I know the Guardians of the Galaxy songs, they did really. They soundtrack.
Well, yeah, but that's because they took popular songs from the past
and they mashed them together. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you look up like Avengers, like for example, if you go look up the Avengers theme for when Cap in Infinity War when Cap shows up, like that. If you go look up,
here's my beard.
If you go look that beard, like
sorry, spoilers. Cap gets a beard.
Yeah. Cap has.
It's the best part of the movie.
listen.
It's like I was like, finally, Chris Evans can grow his beard.
Listen, that beard. Okay,
and then immediately shave it off.
Listen, that beard, like,
it's really good.
Oh my god.
Like,
listen.
So about songs being good.
if they're half as good as his beard.
Listen, yes. Like those are beard goals, man. Those are beard goals.
Except we can never attain them.
Right.
Anyways.
No, what was it? So the one from Spider-Man, I like it. But I think that's the problem. Is like, I listened to it during the movie, but I haven't forced myself to then find it.
Yeah, but a lot of people have.
But I would say it's not to the success that it's like top 100 songs of the year.
Sunflower. I'm pretty sure
but commercially,
really
but
good for
that song. Yeah.
Like, and then commercially speaking, if we're allowed.
But that's a single.
Okay, yeah. But all the songs on that soundtrack are good.
And then I haven't heard anyone like. I've heard people say that the Black Panther one was good. I haven't heard any of them say.
Oh no! Those songs hit charts. So All the Stars was freaking amazing.
All the Stars was incredible.
King's
it was
Dead.
It was
freaking.
If you ignore Future on King's Dead, it was great.
I don't know what we're talking about.
What you talking about? Future.
Okay, he did his thing. He was like,
listen.
I swear to you, no.
Jump in, that boy up to something.
Okay, no,
that's the only song that has.
Just because that collab was okay. Look, Future. Okay. Here's the thing. Right? Is this funny? I would say I'm gonna say this to you, and you're not gonna believe me, Frank. Future has a distinct sound.
No, I know. But I believe you. I've heard him, and I'm like, oh, it's this guy.
Listen, okay, let me just say this. I listen to King's Dead a lot. It's probably one of my. It's not my favorite song, but it's definitely one of my favorite songs. Like up there.
Like if you look at your like.
If I look at my list of songs, like it's definitely up there. And I have to say, Future's part. Even though it sounds like exactly, you see how you're saying it though?
That's exactly how he said it too.
Right.
So he literally like J-Rock's just going hard on this chorus, and then Future says like a couple bars, and then he's just like pass me some syrup in the car. Like
so on a similar vein, guilty pleasures, the songs that you know are bad,
okay.
You don't have them.
I don't have guilty pleasures. You know why? Because I love that Quavo album.
See, and you know what to say. You don't feel guilty about it, but you know that you should.
No. I'm only just aware that the main conscious did not like it. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of albums that I like that a lot of people don't like. But of course, I'm also like a lot of albums that people do like. It's just I like rap music. I don't like the only type of artist that I've ever attempted to listen to in rap and have not enjoyed.
Yeah.
The main one that I can think of is Lil Xan. I tried really hard.
You know what?
I just couldn't because he just sound like people get like I've had people who don't normally listen to rap music and I have discussions with them about music. They're like, "How do you like Kendrick? He sounds so nasally and yada yada this." And I'm like, "But have you heard him a butterfly?
Right?
He doesn't sound like this."
No, but he has a higher pitched, and I could like if I step back for a moment and ignore everything that's great about his music.
He doesn't have a rich texture to his voice.
No, it's not definitely
it's airy. I got you.
Well, depending on what he wants to do.
But you know,
I'm not saying it's bad
because all the flows on Good Kid, Mad City were way different than all the flows because the instrumental palette was way different. Good Kid, Mad City was Kendrick being conscious, but on a mainstream level, and then To Pimp a Butterfly was genre defining. He brought jazz rap back into the mainstream with that album.
And
so you don't have
to this.
I do, yeah, but
Pencil of Butterfly is what literally put him on the map. It's why people consider.
No, Good Kid, Mad City put him on the map.
I'd say Pencil of Butterfly.
Okay, what's your definition of the map?
My definition to the map is like...
Because Good Kid, Mad City was incredible at the time that it dropped.
Correct.
And that album was regarded as an instant classic then, and still is regarded as a classic.
Yes, but he wasn't in like the like popular zeitgeist. Like
right.
You couldn't just be like, oh, Kendrick to someone random. You would have to, like, it was to the more, like, deep core people. Butterfly is when it's like, oh, I know who that is.
Right, like...
Swimming Pools was very
good. Kid,
Swimming Pools was on Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad
Yes.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay, I would say it was that song once he started.
Good.
Because Swimming Pools is the perfect example of Kendrick putting a message in a song that doesn't sound like it belongs in that song. That song sounds like a drinking song.
I was saying, but it's about not
drinking. It's specifically about not drinking.
That's what I love so much is when that happens, where it's like you use the style of the song, but then what you're conveying is vastly different.
Well, that's what
like in Hamilton. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go music theory.
No, go ahead.
There is a song.
I've seen Hamilton. Go
Hamilton's really good.
Yeah.
It's so good. There's a song that is about. It's called "Say No to This."
Yeah.
So it's Alexander Hamilton.
I'll let him explain it.
It's Alexander Hamilton. He's like, I gotta get this plan through Congress. Sorry, wife, who I have a bunch of kids with. Even though I'm kind of cheating on you with your sister emotionally, but we won't get into that because for some reason they never address that.
They never do.
But he's home alone, and then this woman's like, it's like this beautiful, like really like funky, like let's get it on type song, and she's like, oh no sir, I lost my way home. Can you help me find the way? And he does, and she's like, literally the line is, she led me to her bed, let her legs spread, and said, stay. And he's like, hey! It's real, and it's like, the whole song of it is like, tell me how to say no to this. It's like he's just trying, like, to say, and so it's the song fighting him. Like, the lyrics are saying, I don't want to get into this, but the song's like, yeah, you did good. And it's really, so good. It deserved every award it got. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Not sorry. Don't worry.
So good.
Yeah.
So like I love when like swimming pools and stuff like that when they do that. It's just like that's. But back to guilty pleasures. I'm sure you have.
I have none.
It's that Quavo.
It's not even guilty because here's the thing, right? Is what's wrong with liking what you like?
Here.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Because sometimes, Tyler.
Because sometimes.
Like if we had to go.
So should I be like, because
sometimes a movie trailer comes out, and in that movie trailer they play the clean version of Fergie Ferg's London Bridge, and for some reason that just gets stuck in your head, and you know that song is bad, but you just can't.
What movie trailer are you talking about?
The
MIB,
new Men in Black trailer.
Yeah, International.
It
worked so well, and I was like, dang it, this song is stuck in my head,
but that's
and I'm
not a bad
enjoying
song.
Yeah.
It's not.
Do you think My Humps is a bad song?
No.
Ooh.
I don't think it's a bad song.
I'm questioning your taste in music now.
You already hadn't been before? It took me saying, I don't think My Humps is a terrible song.
Yes, it really did. It really did.
I don't think it's a terrible song. Do I think it's one of Fergie's best songs? No.
No, I don't
think it's catchy. Yeah.
Yeah, but catchy doesn't mean good.
Does it?
No. Because I can make a catchy song, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Okay, so a song can be catchy but terrible?
Yeah, that's what a guilty pleasure is.
Is it?
Yeah. You should feel guilty. You should not like that song.
I don't feel guilty for liking music that I like. Just like I don't feel guilty for liking games that I like or movies.
No, but that's
what
I'm not saying. Okay, I guess guilty pleasure is one of those things where it's like it's not necessarily that you feel guilty. It's just that you should acknowledge it's not good. And if you like it, you like it, but it's not good.
But I don't think that it's bad.
Boy, it's not good.
Okay, so
yeah. So that's what's tough is like.
Okay, so when is a song just?
Well, when
that was the problem. That's the problem.
When one of the lines is put my milk in your Cocoa Puff or something like that.
Yeah, but have you heard the song MILF?
I don't want to if that's the title.
You haven't heard that song?
So see, like,
so I'll have to show you the mashup, and then you'll have to listen to that song, and then you'll know why. Here's the thing: is I miss those old Fergie songs because of that song.
Fergalicious is also like just like
okay.
That song's great.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So it's like the lyric structure of it is like here's the chorus and this is what the chorus is about, but then like what does the verses have to do with the chorus and then the next verse? Like that's when it's bad. Is when it's like, oh, we're just saying stuff and here's the catchy chorus and now we're just saying stuff. Like at least with like Yeah by Usher, Little John, and Luda. They all make sense. It's about going to the club, and you're like, yeah, there's that girl. And, like, everything's around that, and like Luda's verse is all about that. No, it's good.
I was looking at you like,
yeah.
Boy.
So like that lyrically, it all flows together, even if like they're talking about different things per se.
So okay, like here's the thing, right? Is that if we're talking about rap music, and I think the reason why, people have guilty pleasures or why people don't like a lot of new rap music, I feel like it's because where rap music came from before all of the technological advances that we had, before all you had to offer was you as an MC.
Correct.
That was it.
Sugar Hill Gang. That's literally just we're a bunch of dudes. We say our names. You now know who we are. We're personalities.
That was it, right? Like that was
the genre defining.
The genre defining though for rap though, the genre defining one for rap and what made rap what it is today though, is NWA. No, yes.
I'm arguing.
Are you talking about today as in currently, or are you talking about just what brought it into?
Yeah, like what brought rap into the light, and then what.
I would argue that there was
it like a genre defining thing.
I feel like there's someone before that.
I feel like an idiot.
I feel like there's someone.
Well, then, no, don't get me wrong. There were people before them. There were people before them doing that, but they were the ones that actually like
genre defining. Late '80s, early '80s, mid '80s.
No, they were like late '80s, like intro '90s. But they're the ones that took the transition from talking about rap, talking about I'm about to get this girl. You know what I'm saying? Then to police 7 straight from the underground.
Cool. We're gonna have to censor that part.
That's fun. So I'm very much pro new rap, right? I know there are a lot of people that do not like any of the new rap. Okay, don't give me that.
What is new rap?
New rap, I would say, if I were to define new rap as a time frame.
No. Genre.
What do you mean?
Trap music. Trap music.
Yes, but okay. What I'm talking about is specifically 2010 and later.
Once again, trap music.
It's not often. Pimple Butterfly came out in 2016.
Okay, but you have to understand the actual style. But remember the actual style. If we're actually talking about the actual style.
Well, yeah, because the 2000s was the bling era, and then 2010 became what is, I guess, 2010 and to now became more of the trap scene, especially people like from Atlanta, like 2 Chainz.
Atlanta.
No, a lot of them. A good. I would say
huge portion of
good
artists came from
Atlanta. That's really surprising.
No, ATL is not.
ATL
had the Falcons won. Had the Falcons won.
Well,
I'm pretty sure they would have been.
But Bud, they did win because the Super Bowl's in Atlanta this year with Maroon 5. So terrible. You could have done literally anybody else.
No. I would have preferred.
Here's the only thing I'm hoping to come out of that is that it ruins Maroon 5's career, because it happened with the Black Eyed Peas. They did that horrible halftime show and they were just done.
See, I don't watch football, so I don't really watch.
I go to parties and then I make fun of the halftime show. Justin Timberlake's a good example. He was last year. He released an album.
Man in the Woods.
And that was
a bad album.
Tanked. That tanked hard. Because
I still think Kendrick should have did it.
Do you know why? The first song was filthy. He was trying to do Bringing Sexy Back.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Filthy.
So
Filthy was not good.
But.
That was not
we'll leave that. We'll save that for a later date. So we want to wrap this up.
No, I mean, so I don't think we've reached a consensus on what good is. That's what's tough, and we can talk about.
I don't know if we could reach a consensus, but I think we should clearly state to what each of us what makes good, and I think you two kind of got your point across. Like for you, what usually catches you first is lyrics,
and then uniqueness.
And then uniqueness.
Like if you like
for you, it's the instrumental.
It's the sound. It's the sound. Everyone has like a unique sound that just like literally captured me. For like going back to my Disney example, I know a Disney song when I first hear like those first 5 seconds.
River. Right.
Strength of a rage.
So for me, I found that.
I mix them up. I always mix those ones up though. I always mix that chorus part up. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon,
which is a Pink Floyd album.
Yeah, but so for me,
for you,
music being good, right? because that's what we're defining here.
Whatever Tyler likes.
No,
that's what's good.
You know, and
according to Tyler,
that's the most difficult thing. Is like,
see, that's what's tough. Is like when you say you like it, I won't argue with you. But if you say it's good, I'll argue with you.
Right. I think good for me is that.
Apparently, it's my humps. Sorry.
I guess if I had to put a standard on what I like as like, or what I would consider good, one, for me, and this is gonna sound really strange, especially with all the music I listen to, but the mixing. Like if something sounds out of proportion in that song, most of the time I'm not gonna like it. Dude, the only time it ever works is when I listen to like really hard stuff and then the instrumental is just booming compared to the voice being. If
it's intentional, yes.
Right.
I went to like, a youth conference summer camp with my church. Mm-hmm. Whoever was running sound did a horrible job. He just cranked everything up. Yeah. And so like it was just like guitar. Oh, it's so good. We're singing and it's echoing. Right. They brought in a guest band, and they just did some basic leveling. 100% better. So I get you. Like that stuff's important.
But so for mixing for me, because like for example, I really noticed that and started to notice a lot in music when I actually listened to the original version of The Life of Pablo before he made all the changes to the songs that he did.
Wait, did he George Lucas it?
No. Okay. So here's the thing with streaming services now. Yeah. Is you can have an album. And he you know, it's another thing that I kind of feel like he started the idea of pioneering behind, even though many people haven't capitalized on it, is because it's not something that you have to put out in a CD form. Yeah. Because it's on a streaming service, you can make changes to it. So he did during the life of the album. Yeah, he added quite a few songs to that album. Yeah. You know, and I think
the special. I think it started off with like maybe 5 songs and into like.
But then he changed different ones. Oh, he had more than 5 on there originally.
And he added in CG characters that weren't there before. Yeah. So he George Lucas did.
Yeah, totally, but like no, but you know, so like the original mixing on Wolves was horrendous, and I don't know what Kanye was thinking. Probably but not then he correctly, but then he literally posted. I think he posted on Twitter.
That being said,
he literally posted on Twitter and he's like, "I'm gonna fix Wolves." And I'm like, okay, why did you just?
I just like to think it's like one puff later. What if?
Yeah, but so for me, mixing is important, and then you know, really, what I define as good is if the artist is either like, yeah, it's so hard to define good. Yes, it is. No, because like you said, there's a subjective, and you know that's going to be our other podcast topic. I think when we talk about.
Yeah, we want to do that like immediately after. I mean, I would next week.
Next week, right?
Totally not filming it right after this one.
Totally not.
No. So fun fact: my mom's currently at a Queen concert.
Good for her.
Adam Lambert's the lead singer right now.
So
really,
yeah, it fits. He has a falsetto.
So well, no, I know that, but I was like, really, like Queen.
So neighbor had tickets.
So
neighbor had tickets. So it's like, sure, I'll go see. She called them Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm like, Mom, no. Anyway, sorry.
So good for me is mixing, and then I think the second thing is like kind of along with what Darai said, the sound. If the sound is something that I'm
you gotta have a catchy beat.
Right. Well, yeah.
Well, it has to be good to listen to. Yeah, I've listened to songs that aren't necessarily catchy, but are like beautiful.
Right. But that's good for me. Is if the mixing is on point, if the sound is, you know, what it needs to be for what it's trying to do.
Yes.
And then you know, with my recent transition into listening to a lot more trap music and stuff like that, not that I feel like lyrics have fallen behind, but like, you know, there's also that idea that there's certain music that you listen to for either certain moods or for certain things, right?
Yeah.
Like, when I work in the morning, like, because I normally I throw a truck in the morning, and it's a physical job.
He throws an entire truck to rest. That's how much he lifts.
When we have the speaker on, and I hear "I Don't Like" by Chief Keef come on, you know I'm in the mood. You know it's a good morning.
Is that a bad song?
No, it's not a bad song. But what I'm saying is it's not like the lyrics for "I Don't Like" are not on you know, from a Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean? It's not like there's not a message that he's trying to get like specifically across. It's very much just that's that I don't like. Like it's there's a lot of music that I listen to for the hype effect. Like I don't go to Lil
it gets you pumped up.
I don't go to Lil Wayne because I'm looking for a message behind his lyrics, but man, does he know how to flow, and does he know how to like what?
Yeah, no, you don't understand. You don't understand.
I've heard
Lil Wayne is that dude when it comes to flow.
Dude, it's seriously it's like it doesn't even matter what he's saying, because the meme with him is that every single song has to have at least one very specific vulgar line every time. Yeah, you know exactly. You both know exactly what I'm talking about. Almost every Lil Wayne song has to have that line in it, or it's not a Lil Wayne song. Except for when he's doing very specifically like that. One of the best.
How to Love is surprisingly like not Lil Wayne.
One of the best songs that he did off his new album was Mona Lisa with Kendrick, because that was a story-driven song. He was very specific. We'll have to show you after
that. You don't
that.
understand. So after this,
we have like 15 songs we're gonna have to listen to.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You've got to listen to Hurt. You've got to listen to Mona Lisa.
And we both have to listen to that one you were talking about.
Yeah, the mashup and everything else. But yeah, so like that's what good is for me is the mixing, the sound, and it does have to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
And of course the enjoyable part is subjective, but I'm never going to go out and say that like a specific artist is bad because they make music I don't like. Like you can tell when someone's just pumping out. Like there's a reason why Migos Culture 1 was a good album, but Culture 2 was an awful album. Not because they did anything different, because Culture 1 was 12 songs. It was a nice, clean amount of time, and every single song was a banger.
Bang, bang.
Culture 2.
What was the time difference between the two drop? Like how long was it before the second album dropped? Because that's usually
a couple of years, maybe.
Really? That's surprising.
No, like maybe 2.
That's still surprising.
Maybe longer than that. I can't remember. I remember, so Culture 1 came out and it was only 12 songs long, but every song on there was absolutely good. And then Culture 2 came out, 24 songs long, like twice the length, or 25 songs long. And here's the thing: it was basically Migos sticking to their formula, but instead of trying to refine because Culture doesn't carry a theme, like the original album. It's just Migos songs put on an album. You know what I mean? You can listen to any of them individually on their own. But
the second one is like they just put songs out there and they didn't polish it.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally
they didn't
throw it to the wall and see what sticks.
They should have trimmed a lot of it.
I will say that, like for example, with Quavo's newest album, he sticks to his guns and he does what he does well. I do admit that it was on the longer side, though. There were quite a few tracks. There were a few tracks on there that he could have cut, and that album still would have been good. But that's a lot of cases. Or like the only person I've ever seen do like B-sides masterfully was Kendrick when he put out the Untitled Unmastered. He put out 8 songs that like he had recorded over the various time, all the way from in between, I think, Good Kid, Bad City to Pimp a Butterfly. That like I think like 3-year span or 2-year span. They were just songs that he had recorded in the middle of all that.
Oh, cool.
And like he just threw them.
And they didn't necessarily fit together.
Yeah, they weren't like a specific theme or anything. It was just 8 songs, and he just threw them out there. And it's like, this is the way it was marketed was very much like an Untitled, Unmastered. This is really just the recordings. Like this is, me just putting out this music. And he didn't try to sell it as an album. It was more like a mixtape or an EP or something. It was just like, and even though for it being a B-sides to Pimp a Butterfly, still really good. You know what I mean? It's just how you go about putting out those other ideas. Whereas Migos was also playing the streaming game, which a lot of artists are doing. It's why I think it was Chris Brown put out like a
don't talk about Chris Brown.
2.5-hour album.
Yeah, we're not gonna
because streaming.
Tyler and I already had a conversation about how Freaky Friday is probably one of the worst things. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
We're putting the X up.
And so you could probably tell Tyler is really passionate about rap because we've had like 5 different times we could have naturally ended it and segued to an end, but then Tyler's like, nah.
No, we still talk about this. We still talk about this, man.
And then we'll still keep talking about this.
I know we'll keep talking.
Later. So.
Yep, so that was our podcast for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed our ramblings.
Rap and Frank trying to talk about other music.
Well, no, we talked about what we thought is good music, and obviously, apparently my opinions are bad, but that's fine.
No, honey, no. You have some good opinions too.
Yeah, well,
but my humps, God.
It's fine. It's fine. We can turn it in.
I know. Come here. It's okay. Let him do the outro. Let him do the outro.
So, yeah, that was our our discussion on music and what we consider good, what catches our ears first.
Never really.
Even though we all have
we never came to like an actual like consensus.
Well,
which is fine.
I don't think we're ever going to come to a consensus of.
I was saying that's fine because it means we can talk about it at another point.
Yeah.
That's the point. Is that we don't want to run out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
So.
Are we ever? It's the world.
So yeah.
You will be surprised when we get to like 35. It'll be like I can't think of anything.
Oh, I'll think of stuff. Don't worry.
Oh, I know you will.
But yeah. So
these glasses.
Thanks for listening and enjoying our ramblings, and hopefully you got some insightful opinions about it. If you have anything you want to contribute to the conversation, leave it in the comments below.
Is Tyler right for thinking that my hopes is good?
Do I have the worst taste in music out of the three of us here? Most likely.
I would say the least diverse. I'm pretty sure that's a non...
That's not
a non-argument.
Yeah.
But rap is so diverse.
Yeah, but you could say that about literally. You could say that about literally every genre.
But rap, though.
All right.
Yeah, it's a topic for a different time. But thanks for listening. I'm Tyler Spence.
I'm Darius Crosley.
I'm Frank Joseph Hall.
And hopefully we'll see you next week.